and we moved to clear, irrespective of the amount of arrears outstanding in each of the years. We tried to clear at least 10 years arrears of local government gratuities. Because the whole idea is to ensure that once we go on the line of awareness, we should be able to move with the people. You can't be able to carry people along when you're owing them arrears of gratuities and pensions. So that's exactly what we did. And based on what we put on ground within that period, we could see a whole lot of cooperation. And we're also looking forward, by the time we put the act in the House of Assembly, we should be able to get the cooperation and probably get that to catch up with the country and the Pension Act. So far, I want to leave it at that moment until we get more details.
Well, that's a good start. And Your Excellency?
Thank you. Let me join my colleagues in thanking and congratulating the PENCOM and the World Pension Summit for this wonderful outing. I'm from Kebbi State, which is the northwest, in the northwestern part of Nigeria, sharing borders with Niger Republic and Benin Republic. It's largely an agricultural state with well-blessed Padama belts, which is wetlands that is very, very valuable for production of all kind of all year round crops, sugarcane, rice, sorghum, cotton, and a number of other items. I'm the smaller of all the two states here because I inherited a pension liability of 5.7 billion and the contributory pension scheme that is just around 2 billion naira. And we, thanks to one of the commissioners from PENCOM, who is from Kebbi State, who has pushed us and have guided us, we are also on the verge of passing a new law that will bring us up to date in implementing the Pension Reform Act. We have been working hard to mobilize investment in our agricultural sector. And one of the things I was hoping when I heard you speak yesterday was to say, well, now that I'm talking to the World Pension Summit, who controls the bulk of the world pension funds, how much of that can come to Kebbi? Because I believe better allocation, better capital allocation decision can be made in putting some of the world pension money in Nigeria and in particular in Kebbi, because there will be higher return and that will contribute to global prosperity.
Well, actually, maybe I can ask one of these questions to you directly, given you've presented a good case in terms of the agricultural sector. What investable opportunities would you really highlight within your sector if suddenly PENCOM tomorrow rushed up and said, we can allocate some of our pensions towards CABI? But would you have already a list of investable opportunities at hand?
Yes, we do, and our absorptive capacity, I think, is high.
Okay, good.
We can do...
They're taking notes in the front row, don't worry.
We can do $1 billion in rice. If we have the opportunity, we want to feed Nigeria in rice. We want to make Nigeria self-sufficient in sugarcane.
Well done.
We import most of it from outside. We can contribute with other states like Kaduna, making Nigeria self-sufficient in cotton and textiles.
You see, what you've just said there would strike me as a massive step forward. And obviously the question is, why aren't people rushing to do what you've just said? Because it would be so good for the country.
I think now that I'm talking to the workers of the world who have all of a sudden transited from being workers to being capital owners of the world, maybe they can get the message better than the bank. I don't want my bankers to be upset with me, but I think they have been missing out on the biggest absorptive capacity. Countries with the biggest absorptive capacities in the world are few, and Nigeria is one of them. And the return on capital in Nigeria is high, particularly for investments that will enhance global prosperity, not in exotic, not in derivatives, but in items, in those things that will expand employment and make workers wealthier and make them able to contribute to world pensions.
That's very good. Thank you. Maybe if I could ask Mr. or Your Excellency El Rafai that sort of same question about investable opportunities in Kaduna province and Kaduna state, sorry.
Well, Kaduna State is one of the oldest states, and Kaduna City, the capital of Kaduna State, used to be referred to as the Manchester of Nigeria.
Okay.
Because we had the largest concentration of textiles in the country. At its peak in the early to mid-80s, 12 textile mills employed nearly 40,000 people. Now we are down to only 2, thanks to dumping and other issues like electricity and infrastructural deficits. We are working with the federal government to revive the textiles, so there is a huge opportunity, in my opinion, in investments in the cotton, textiles, garment value chain, which Kaduna is leading other northern states in organizing. Kaduna is also the largest producer of corn or maize in Nigeria. We are also the largest producer of soybeans, and we produce the best ginger in the world, so the Japanese told me. And what we have been looking at since we came into office is to expand production in these areas, to look at the binding constraints that stop our farmers from realizing their full potentials. We are investing in infrastructure to ensure that goods come to market faster, quicker, and cheaper. We are investing in storage because we lose 40% of our agri-produce due to lack of storage. We are expanding our storage capacity. We are putting in place a production subsidy system to encourage our farmers by giving them price assurances, guaranteed minimum prices for the 4 key commodities that are of importance to us. Because 80% of the people in Kaduna State live off agriculture. So for us, it's a key sector. But we also have minerals. We have gold, we have aquamarine, we have many other minerals that are crying for investments from within Nigeria and abroad. And to answer your question earlier, I think one of the reasons why investments have not flooded into some of our states is because in the last few years we've been dealing with an insurgency in parts of the north. Okay. This tends to scare people. Many people don't know that Borno State is 800 kilometers away from Kaduna. As far as they are concerned, it's northern Nigeria, it's not safe. But that is being addressed now. We have infrastructure problems. Electricity is a problem. The absence of functioning rail system is a problem in moving production to the ports for exports and bringing in raw materials. But I'm happy to say that the new administration is looking at all these constraints and addressing them. So I hope that the pool of pension funds that are available globally, and particularly the 5 trillion that we are smelling here in Nigeria, will look towards some of these areas that unfortunately the banks have been reluctant to look at. Thank you.
Very good. You'll be pleased to hear that in England we call Manchester now the Northern Powerhouse. So given you want to build a Northern Powerhouse across Nigeria, it's a good sign. In terms of investable opportunities in Akwa Ibom,